Donald Trump's lawyers do not want to disclose which Mar-a-Lago documents, which he had taken from the White House and kept in his home, had been declassified. And as you guys can recall, Donald Trump claimed that those top secret and classified documents that he was keeping at Mar-a-Lago had already been declassified by Trump. He had done that, so he hadn't done anything wrong. Now, there is a special master involved, an individual, a third party, who Trump wanted to review all the documents to determine what is and is not protected under attorney-client privilege or executive privilege. He got what he wanted. Special master's there, he's reviewing the documents, but he had a request that Trump's lawyers didn't like, because if they fulfill that request, it might indicate that Trump engaged in criminality. So let me give you the details. Trump's legal team objected to what it said was Judge Raymond J. Dearie's request that it disclose specific information regarding declassification to the court and to the government. Now, if you do that, you can't just lie, right? You're submitting documents, you're submitting statements to the court, you have to tell the truth. And the truth is, Trump didn't declassify anything. And so Trump's lawyers expressed concern. They expressed concern, Cenk, that Dearie posed questions about the documents that the judge who appointed Dearie has left unasked, arguing that Trump might be left at a legal disadvantage if he answered them at this stage of the process. The whole point of the special master was to delay the investigation, and that's working for now. But they didn't expect Dearie to ask Trump, or his attorneys more importantly, to provide some information in regard to what he allegedly declassified.
Yeah, no, this is spectacular. So the special master is blowing up in Trump's face, if you will. So when Judge Dearie was immediately picked and agreed to by both sides, Department of Justice and Trump, I said, well, somebody's making a mistake, okay? And Democrats and bureaucrats have been totally incompetent in pursuing Trump. So I thought, they could be making a mistake easily. They could be like, oh, sure, let's agree to any right-wing judge, who cares, right? Or Trump's a moron and he could be making the mistake. Well, the jury's in now. It was Trump. He made the mistake and he's reeling now. So I'm gonna explain one thing that's crucial in this story.
Yes, okay, so, and there is an update to it that you might not have seen yet, Cenk, but let me give you a few more details. So in Monday's filing, Trump's lawyers wrote that they don't want Dearie to force Trump to fully and specifically disclose a defense to the merits of any subsequent indictment without such a requirement being evident in the district court's order. A remarkable statement that acknowledges at least the possibility that the former president or his aides could be criminally charged. Okay, so what is the response to Trump's team of lawyers from this special master, from Judge Dearie? Well, he responded to them saying, quote, if the government gives me prima facie evidence that they are classified documents and you don't advance any claim of declassification, I'm left with a prima facie case of classified documents, and as far as I'm concerned, that's the end of it.
Yeah, okay, that's further devastation. So first of all, whenever I wanna get my wife hot, I say prima facie. So that's one of the few legal words I remember from law school, and she thinks that's like, whoa, okay. So, but don't make me get into re ipsa liquidator. So what it means though, and it's kind of an awkward meaning, is on its face. So what the judge is saying is on its face, it says classified, right? So in order for me to get past the prima facie evidence here, you have to show me that it is not classified. You have to, at the very, very minimum, you have to argue that it is not classified. And how would you argue that? You would say that you declassified it. In fact, you've been saying that on television and everywhere else, that you magically declassified them. So the judge is doing the bare basics here, don't get me wrong. He's just saying, hey, in order for me to judge this case, I have to know which of the documents are classified and which are not. Because the government is saying if it's classified, it's obviously on its face, not Trump's property, it's the government's property. Because the government classified it. In order for you to tell me otherwise, you have to say, no, I declassified it.
Right.
Okay, so show me where and how you declassified it. And Trump's lawyers are going, we don't want to show you that now, because that might be one of our defenses if we get indicted. We don't know if it's one of our defenses. you didn't plan this out. Jesus Christ, you guys. Okay, as usual, blithering idiots. You walk right into that trap, but the thing is, it wasn't the Department of Justice that set the trap. It was you who set the trap. You carefully laid out all the twigs and stuff, and boom, somebody steps here, and boom, you step right into it. You asked for the special master. The special master, obviously, one piece of logic tells you, is going to ask you, are they classified or not? And then you're stuck. Idiot.
This is a broader point. And it applies to other lawyers who have worked on behalf of the Trump campaign or Trump himself. I feel like we've all been lied to our entire lives. I was led to believe that going to law school, passing law school, and then passing the bar was challenging. Like you had to have 2 brain cells to rub together to make that happen. Now, I haven't gone to law school, to be fair, but were we lied to, Uygur?
Well, first of all, I make that claim all the time. I actually don't think it's that hard to become a lawyer at all. And everybody's like, oh, man, okay, all right, maybe not, okay? Have you seen a lot of lawyers? I've seen a lot of lawyers.
I've seen enough, that's for sure.
But to be fair to lawyers in general, Trump is at the very bottom of the barrel for 2 reasons. One, he constantly asks his lawyers to break the law, and he did in this case. And they signed a document saying he didn't have any more classified documents, and it turns out he had 100 of them. He had over 100 of them. So now they're in legal trouble. That's why smart lawyers or average lawyers or well below average lawyers still don't take Trump as a client. The second reason is he never pays his lawyers. He thinks they're suckers and losers. Well, why don't you just give me the legal help and then I stiff you, like I stiff everybody, right? So that's why he's at dumbass number 1 and dumbass number 2, the worst lawyers in America. And even if he had good lawyers, he wouldn't listen to them because the original dumbass is Donald Trump.
Well, we'll see how this all plays out. But it is incredible that you now have Trump's lawyers pushing back against the special master that they demanded, that they wanted, that a federal judge broke precedent to install in this investigation. So we'll see how this all plays out. It's pretty laughable, but it's amazing. Even with all that incompetence, Trump tends to get away with a lot. So we'll see. We'll see if this actually leads to an indictment.